Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. Crisis? What crisis?
Well, it'd be a crisis if we play like that, to be honest with you. Go to Arsenal, that will be a crisis. 2 home games now, 2 wins. Some people will say, what crisis? But the performance today, Kieran, that is not acceptable.
Yeah, take us through that first half, the first 5 minutes. What actually went wrong there? What did you see, what the problems were? Because to concede 2 goals in the first 5 minutes at Old Trafford, it's been a very, very long time since I've seen that, if ever, in my lifetime.
It just reminded me of Wolverhampton Wanderers, the way they just run through. That's clear to me. They just run through United, and I did not see what United's tactics were, how the back four, how the midfield were working together. It was just so poor, and I was in shock. Honest to God, I was in shock, and I expect many United fans were in shock. Forest coming to Old Trafford, I expected them to play deep and everything, but they just came at United, broke away, and every time, again, just like Wolves, they broke away, run through. It's absolutely, as a team performance there in that first half, it was terrible.
Like you're saying there, the running through us. So, I've Nottingham Forest, Cooper noticed something in that Wolves game, the Tottenham game, where we have got a weakness in this team, and teams are exploiting it.
I didn't see the marking. I think they see that no one's marking and the tackling and their goal there, Rashford on the outside their penalty box, didn't challenge him and then he run away. Yeah, people are saying, oh, Rashford there, he was unlucky not to get him in the penalty box. But he should have stopped him in the first place. United was weak. I seen the tackles. I seen the movement. It was just weak, too slow. And I can't explain that performance there in patches today. Yes, United fought back. But to be honest with you, when you look at that first half, how did United get into it? Well, I'm telling you, United got into that game because when Forest were 2-0 up, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know whether to carry on attacking, carry on breaking away, defend, hold it on the halfway line. They were unsure. I think they were in shock as well. And that's what gave United the chance. Eriksen there on 17 minutes. Yes, United, there was 1 or 2 chances, but 2-1. But they had chances all the way through the game until the final whistle. I was just biting my nails, and many, many United fans will be doing the same. We got away with it today, but we cannot and we must improve.
Yeah, Ten Hag mentioned in his press conference before the game, and he was highlighting the forwards, the defenders, that it was them that weren't doing enough running in that second half against Spurs. And it was nothing to do really with the midfield. Did you see similarities in that first half and throughout the game today?
Throughout the game, I don't think they all worked together as a unit at any stage in that game. I don't think the back four worked with the midfield. I thought the midfield again went missing. I thought the forwards were poor today. I mean, poor. Rashford at times there in that first half, he created the goal, fair play, right? But at times when the ball come to him, he wasn't doing anything. Anthony again, and people have criticised him, and I've backed him. But it's the same old thing again from him. Out wide, turns in, and then giving a ball into the penalty area without even looking who's there, just blasting it.
Did you get a sense though in that first half as well when we were 2-0 down, as though style of play kind of went out the window where players were actually meant to be playing in certain positions? Because Casemiro, I seen at times, he was the actual furthest player forward. It was like he was the striker above Martial.
What a notice straight away.
No, is that a tactic? Is the tactics there that we don't know about just yet? And, he's playing, like I say, Casemiro going, bombing forward. Someone's meant to be dropping deeper. I don't know, but it was just like players kind of lose their heads at times.
I think they lost their heads straight away, and I don't know why. I looked at that game, the whole game, right? And especially at the start of the game, like you say, I didn't see any tactics. I just did not see anyone talking. I mean, I couldn't tell who was the captain out there, who was leading him. There was no formation. There was no working together. The tactics right through the game wasn't there. I think what it was, United were good enough to beat Forest, right?
We had enough class on the pitch.
We had enough class on the pitch to beat them. 2-0 down, I expected in some way to fight back as a team. But I don't think they fought back as a team. As I said, I thought Forest went backwards and let United's individuals get a foothold in the game. And at the start of the second half, they again had chances.
I've seen players walking around though in that
Oh,
first half.
yeah.
I mean, when you had the likes of Casemiro or Eriksen or one of the centre halves with the ball at the feet going into Forest's half, I didn't see enough movement, especially from the wide players or even the fullbacks at times, trying to tuck in and actually move away from the Nottingham Forest players. And surely that has to change. The only person I've seen really with bright sparks with the movement was Bruno and Casemiro at times to try and make things happen at least.
If you look at the two previous games, what you're saying about players seem to be walking round and that, I can't believe that Erik ten Hag hasn't been able to get a grip of them players and change that. Yeah. And we are in serious trouble if Erik ten Hag doesn't get a grip of these players and make a move. The performance level there was poor in every department, and it was only because United huffed and puffed throughout the game and got individual moments. I mean, I'm going to tell it straight. Nottingham Forest were the better side with 10 men and created more chances, I thought. They were more dangerous with 10 men. And I am telling you, was biting my nails. It was a poor team performance. And the tactics, whatever tactics they were given, went out of the window. And the walking around is an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, you was doing a lot more than biting your fingernails.
Let me
assure you of that. But did you see any signs of improvement? Is anything to take as positives out of that game, what you've seen today?
I can't take any positives out of that because the first two games, right, should have said to everyone, you need to improve. This is what you need to do. And today was a shambles.
Is a positive not scoring 3 goals today? 1 goal in the first 2 league games. Today we've scored 3. Going into that Arsenal game next week, we need to make sure we bag goals next week because we can't perform like that.
Listen, we got the 3 goals. That's something good, right? And to be honest, I expected 3 goals by United today, right? But that won't happen against Arsenal if they don't shape themselves. That performance was poor. We've got a chance at Arsenal. You always got a chance. Just like today, Forest had a chance. And it was only their hesitancy what stopped them taking a bigger lead. And I think that's what it was today. But United, right, they have to improve vastly. And like I said before...
Do you think we're missing legs in that midfield as
well?
Without
a doubt.
We're missing legs as well from the wide players getting back, getting tackles in. Will he have to change it and maybe put a Scott McTominay in there for the time being against Arsenal next week just to get the legs in there and get tackles in?
I think that midfield, right, is our weak point. And I think Erik ten Hag has to look at it again. With his tactics on it, and I think he has to change it because 3 games on the trot now, right? We've been so exposed, it's unbelievable. Erik ten Hag has to look at himself. He has to look at himself, look at the personnel and say, hey, this ain't good enough. I'm going to have to change it. Now, whether that's the formation, 4-4-2 or something like that, or the personnel, I don't know. But he has to accept that he can't get what he wants out of them players. Them players can't do what Erik ten Hag's asking.
Raphael Varane, what did you think of him today? And what did you think of his first 3 games, Raphael Varane? I don't want to really start picking players out, but for me, Raphael Varane is a Rolls Royce of a player. We all know that. He's won a lot and the experience is valuable. But is it time for a change there with maybe Victor Lindelof coming in? He brings a lot more pace into the team for me and he looks to strive forward with the ball.
Well, look, he's gone off for Dan. And at the end of the day, you're saying he doesn't look on the ball and that. Maybe he's been carrying an injury. That we might find that out later. But at the end of the day, Lindelof's a good backup. And I can't criticise Lindelof's performance, to be honest with you. But when you look around the team, that want a team performance today. A lot of individuals just didn't start right, and the team never picked it up. I think it was the class what got the goals, the class what gave us the chances, but as a whole, it was poor.
The thing that worries me though is this team that started today, the starting 11. This is basically the same team that we seen only 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, barring the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So why the dramatic drop off? It must be then surely the tactics and the instructions from the coaching staff to change things then this year in how they want him to play. And these players then can't carry out them instructions, surely. Because I can't see anything else. Anyone who's got a better footballing brain out there than me, and I'm sure there's loads of you, get it in the comments, because I'm struggling to find out what exactly is the problem.
Listen, I think you might be right. I think the tactics and the work what the coaching staff and Erik ten Hag want might be the problem. I don't think these players can do it. And the 3 games have shown yous out there and shown us that for 90 minutes, whatever tactics and what formation they're supposed to play, they're just not doing it.
Got to admit though, I'm absolutely buzzing inside. I've got to be honest. After the performance like that, to come back winning 3-2, I've got a big smile on my face and I am happy inside, trust me. But you've got to think forward, and hopefully the rustiness is out there now and going into that game next week. But we'll live and learn, and we'll have a chat about it next week going into that Arsenal game. But yeah, give us your thoughts and opinions on that game today. There's plenty to discuss, especially on the performance, how many goals have been scored, and let us know your man of the match as well. My man of the match has got to be Bruno. I don't know about yours.
I haven't got a man of the match because I was at times I couldn't watch all the game because my hands are over my eyes, and I really can't give you a man of the match.
Yeah, Bruno for me. Let us know yours in the comments. Smash a like, subscribe as well, and we'll see you again soon with Webby's match reaction. Thank you.
Thank you.